Hey guys, Dragonairbender back with another how-to cannon. So this is the first how-to cannon I'm going to be doing, starting off this new kind of just doing how-to cannons from now on. So this is the first episode. Well, I guess, like third episode or whatever, because I did all how-to cannons a long time ago. But this is the first one I've done in like a year. So today I'm just going to talk about TNT queuing. So basically how to get to a 1 second auto or whatever just from using the same dispensers, because that's like what 90% of the cannons use these days. So their original method is this kind of concept was made like 3 years ago. It's one of the oldest ones. It basically just works on separating the TNT into different amounts. So if you see these fall from the sky, I hate this. Right. So as you can see, it falls from the sky, which when it's falling, it uses up its delay, because TNT takes 4 seconds to blow up. So if you're just wasting it by letting it just fall till it hits the ground then blowing up, it minimizes the amount of time it's just on the ground, which allows you to just overlap them. So see, I have 2, but since this hits the ground, it explodes before the next one hits the ground. So there's 7 blocks or so in between the two things pulsing. So they never interact with each other. They're just separate. So I can go ahead and auto this. So essentially that's how it works. But this no one really likes this anymore because it's so big. Like, look at this thing, it's like 60 blocks tall. So people have started to do things using pistons. So just a quick example is something like this. Let me get in here. So you have your boosters and all that stuff. That's pretty simple. So every second, the dispensers up there pulse, which drops TNT down there, which then when that second's up, they fall down here. But since those dispensers pulsed up again, it's going to be like there. But these fall, and these fall down here. And then those dispensers pulse right there. And then these are on the ground for like half a second, so those explode, compressing all the TNT to here. That stuff blows up, and then the cycle just goes through again. So then these fall down here, and then those fall down here. It's basically just like that. I'll kind of fire to help show you what I'm talking about. So you see they push, which allows me to do a few. So it keeps them far enough so they don't interact with each other again. This design's decent for like hammers and stuff. I will show you a new concept that I kind of thought of. Better way to do powers. Another way, instead of using pistons, you can use fence gates. This is just something I thought of a while back. It just uses a bunch of fences instead of pistons. Does the same thing. Or you could just use pistons like this method. That one works also. I don't really recommend these two. They're just a little more glitchy because TNT's falling and you're pushing it through. If anything, I would use this. I'm going to show you a new one though. What is this? Oh, this is just a 2.4 one. Alright, so here's the concept that I kind of thought of for the power. So when you're thinking of TNT queuing, you're thinking of each shot has to be compressed separately, but that's not the case. So if I wanted to shoot this layer of TNT in this layer of TNT, you would think they would have to be separate. So then when I fire this part, okay, horrible example. It's really hard to explain. So if I go back to this one, each thing is separate. They're each power, like this is one power right here. They're getting compressed separately. So is this line, in this line, in this line, they're full powers, which means these have like a full line of this TNT right up there in each one of these. And each booster compresses one full thing, which one full thing blows up one power. And they're all separate, which causes all kinds of issues. But with this one, it compresses the same power that's used to explode here. So let's say I had 30 powers going off, or like this thing shooting 30 times. You would have to have, on normal ones, you're going to have 30 separate shots. And gaps in between each of those for each one to get shot off. But how this one works is it's, let's see, 13 tall. And each one shoots off 1 second, so that's like what, 9 blocks. So think of it like this. Pretend this is all in one block. So you have your first power that's going to shoot your first shot, your second shot, and your third shot coming from the same dispensers. And pretend it's like this, kind of. It's supposed to be in one block, like a straight line, but this is just to show the separate shots they're in. So how this mechanism kind of works is before each of the booster shots, these pistons right here retract and extend, which, if that's the pistons right there, you're gonna have a group of TNT. They retract really quickly, allowing this block of TNT to fall right there, and then they go back inwards, essentially down here. Then boosters right here, it compresses it all the way to over here, but then before the next shot, it opens up again, allowing a bunch of it to fall. It's kind of ugly. So it allows that much to fall. Cutting it off, so no more TNT can land there, which then compresses this to over there again. And this is where it kind of gets a little weird. So next shot compresses several powers at once. So it's like a full one power and then like half of the other one. And then the other half will go from the next booster shot. So it's not all getting compressed. Like, this entire power thing is not getting compressed from a single booster. It's kind of hard to show. This way, replace. This would be the easiest way to show it. See, there's no separation in between each one. But as you can see, this layer of piston pushes before each one of these boosters fall, which means the boosters will never affect any TNT above these pistons. Which means you could have this power as big as you want. You could actually make it 30 tall, and it would compress it all into the same block without any disruption from anything else. You can make it as long as you want. You can make it 30 blocks long. This is what, 20? 20 by 15 or something. And it's compressing it all completely. This only works for power because power explodes in the exact same position every single time, which means it can be compressed through different. The same power can be compressed through different boosters. And the reason why you have to use infinite boosters. And the reason why you have to use infinite boosters for this is because the TNT actually does fly up and down inside of it. Here, let me turn off this. Oh, I guess it's not going to be open. Because TNT is in its own little pod, the shots before it just kind of shoot it all around, but that doesn't matter because it ultimately gets compressed again before it shoots. Like you see, it kind of sprays backwards, but this shoots, and then this shoots, and then this, and then this. It's kind of hard to understand it if you've never worked with infinite boosters or anything kind of like that. Because it doesn't matter where the TNT is in this little section, as long as it's in it, it'll get compressed back to here before it explodes, which allows that thing to work. And another reason why this is cool is, let's say, you know, I want this thing to shoot really long. I want a really long delay. You can add that. Oh, I guess maybe not that long of a delay. Great, I'm gonna have to stop it so it can reset. But there's more flexibility with this cannon, because you can have it higher up, more wide. You could add more delay onto it. Oh great, I think I did something. Yeah, whatever. You get the point. So just add this thing. Same ticks no matter what kind of cannon you're using. Unless it's longer, then you might need to adjust these a little bit. Or extend this to like 4 or something. Why is this thing? I might make another video getting a better explanation. I know this is... Oh, I forgot to add that. Okay. But essentially that's how it works. I will be putting it on a skem for a one-shot MC, so if you want to copy and paste it or whatever, you can just like copy and paste it. But that's gonna be it for this video. So yeah, make sure to leave a like if you did like the video. Not sure when the next video will be out, but as always guys, thanks for watching.